morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers. How I love you all so, my delicious little babies, okay? And I hope that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world, my little lovelies, okay? And I also hope that the weather is super duper delicious for you, okay? Because in my neck of the woods in the UK, wow, we've had sun for a good couple of days and it's been super duper hot. Well, now it's very muggy. It's what we call muggy, okay? So it's very sticky, stick. And to be perfectly honest with you, it actually felt as if it was trying to rain, okay? So, but it's super duper warm. Anyway, we're not complaining, my delicious babies. We're not complaining. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to anybody else who happens. Sorry, I've got all been kissing my beautiful little babies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and delicious little passers-by who happen to stumble across my channel, okay? Now then, it is, it's this, yes, because I've been giving them kisses and I get hairs all over me. Right, okay, my beautiful little maids, my beautiful little rubes, okay? So I've just got today, because I'm not doing any readings, okay? Because I seem to be, in fact, my beautiful and delicious dear little friend, okay, her dear husband, because I spoke to him yesterday, and he actually said, Mia, what's happened to the readings? Do you see what I mean? What about on YouTube? And he says, because it seems to be going very much into politics. And I said, well, yes. You see, because, I started out doing readings, right? And I still do readings, okay? But I also like to follow what is going on in the world, okay? So, but I don't like the politics where it's all false and they're shafting us, which is what's been taking place. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I do not like that type of politics, okay? You want true politics. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I very much doubt that, because we're seeing everything collapsing around us, aren't we? Do you understand what I mean? So there we go, yes. So what I'm doing is I'm giving out another 3 pieces of information. Now, for some, let's put 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, there we go with my little lights, okay? So, I wasn't in a very good mood, I think, the one evening. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm all right now. Maybe the sun's got to me. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I love the sun, okay? And I've even got a bit of a suntan look. So, yes. Right, which I'm feeling super duper happy about, everybody, because I love the sun and the sun loves me. Now then, so I've got another 3 pieces of information. Now, some of you may already know about this, okay? So you'll already know all of this, okay? But for my delicious babies out there who do not know, I like to just give out bits of information, okay? And things that I stumble across, okay? So number 1, so we're going to go number 1, okay? So this is on YouTube, everybody, okay? And if you could please find the time to take a little bit of time just to please have a look, then I would be so thankful and so grateful. So thank you, okay? So what you need to type into YouTube, please, is there's a sickness, okay, at the heart of British democracy, okay? And it's called oligarchy, do forgive me, oligarchy, okay? And that is Peter Jukes, okay? So I'll just repeat that once more. There's a sickness at the heart of British democracy and it's called oligarchy. And that's Peter Jukes. Now, underneath in the box, like where you can subscribe, okay, it should say Double Down News, okay? So that's number 1, okay? So number 2, okay, we have got, again, you see these are all on YouTube, okay? So on YouTube, again, right, and then what this is, okay, is This is a war of propaganda, okay? John Pilger, P for Peter, I for Indigo, L for Lima, I'm just spelling it, G for Gertie, E for Echo, R for Romeo, okay? John Pilger, okay? On Ukraine, yes, and Assange, okay? Now, Talking Post with Yondan Lahutu, okay? So L for Lima, I'll just spell it. L for Lima, H for Harry, so it's one L, A for Apple, T for Tango, O for Oscar, and then O for Oscar again, okay? So I'm just going to repeat this once more, okay? This is a war of propaganda. John Pilger on Ukraine and Assange, okay? Talking Post with Yondan Lahatu, okay? If I pronounce that incorrectly, I'm awfully sorry. Now, underneath where it should say subscribe, okay? So underneath, it should say China Morning Post, okay? Now then, so, and the third one, okay, again, like I've just said previously, is on YouTube, okay? So this should say, when you type it in, okay, full interview, okay, Julian Assange, okay, now on Trump, okay, full stop. D for Delta, N for November, C for Charlie. So DNC, emails, okay, Russia, the CIA, Vault 7 and more, okay? Now then, underneath where you've got the, where you know, for you to subscribe, okay, it should say Democracy Now, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure, okay, because I cannot go into it at this moment in time, so I'm pretty sure that this was uploaded 5 years ago, okay? The one before it, this is a war of propaganda. I'm pretty sure that this was a few days ago. And then you've got the other one, which was the first one that I said, There's a Sickness, and that was uploaded 7 months ago. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why, you know, is this crazy woman saying all of this, okay? Well, what happened is that years ago, I used to, I used to work somewhere, okay? So, you know, you'll know anyway. Right, and there used to be called a young gentleman, everybody knew him, he was so funny, you know what I mean, he'd make the flipping cat laugh, do you know what I mean? But he was a proper little wheeler dealer. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with it, I'm not talking about that, that's a separate thing, right? My point is that his name, he used to have a nickname, which I'm not going to say, okay, which everybody knew him by, right? But what it is that his real name was Julian, okay? So what happened was, the early hours of this morning, because I did have a super duper delicious sleep, right? The early hours of this morning, right, I started to have a dream, I had a dream, and, I haven't seen that gentleman for flipping decades, right? But the thing is that he came into my dream, not in that sort of way. It's not that sort of way at all, everybody, okay? I mean, what I believe my dear spirit was trying to get across to me, which they were getting across to me, okay, was his name, which is Julian. So I've never known another Julian. I've only ever known one Julian, and that was him. Okay, because it's just not a name that comes up very often. Do you know what I mean? You've got you've got names like, I don't know, as an example, Daniel or something like that, okay? But it's very rare I ever come across somebody called Julian, and he's the only one who I've ever known, and that was decades ago, right? Now then, This then led me onto this morning, so I went and had a delicious shower, okay? And I was listening to it, do you see what I mean? And I started off listening to There's a Sickness with Double Down News. That then led me on to the propaganda, okay? And then, came out of that. And then, then I went on to the full interview with Julian Assange, right? Now, for whatever reason this is, I cannot explain it to anybody. It's really, really hard for me to explain, okay? But there's obviously a reason why I'm saying this to you all today. Do you understand what I mean? Now, for those of you out there who do know, well, I'm not talking to you, my beautiful and delicious little babies, about this. I'm talking to all of my delicious babies out there who do not know, okay? Because this is all very interesting to listen to. Do you see what I mean? And really, to be quite honest with you, I personally only like to listen to things that are interesting. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Yes, I like a little bit of music every now and again. Doesn't everybody? I love my tunes. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I like to see what is going on. Do you see what I mean? And right now, it appears... and it has been leading up to all of this, as we all very well know, right? That, it is quite chaotic. And right now, it is not even what you call organised chaos. This is unorganised chaos, what is taking place. We have got a lot of corruption. We have got a lot of, and even, as our beautiful Julian Assange, in this full interview, okay? What we're wanting, and even with the gentleman to do with This Is a War on Propaganda, this is talking about fake journalists as well, okay? Because it's not all word for word, as I say before, right? It's about the falseness of everything. Do you understand what I mean? Now, anybody on the planet, or doesn't matter where you're from, right? Everybody respects and appreciates a real journalist, see? Somebody who tells the truth, or to the best of their ability, they give the truth out. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But the whole point is that poor Julian Assange, well, we all know what happened there, don't we? Do you see what I'm saying to you? And God bless him. And I've actually said my prayers this morning for him. I have, and his beautiful, dear, delicious self and his delicious family. Do you understand what I mean? Because everybody really needs to be saying their prayers. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But we've got so much corruption now, and this has been going on for so long. But the one thing where it's been super duper highlighted, and this is, where I feel super duper delicious here, knowing this, is that the mainstream, right, which you've got them all, right? I do not watch television. My television is there. My dad bought me a television, right? A 43-inch, actually, a couple of years ago. Now, I do not even watch television. Do you understand what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is at the end of the day, we are dealing with corrupt, they've got about as much common sense, right, as a brick. Do you understand what I mean? Which is absolutely flipping none at all. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And of course, in this past 2.5 years, what have we got? Well, this is where I feel super duper delicious here, knowing this, is that more and more have woken up to this absolute bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So you see, when you've got a gentleman like our beautiful and delicious poor little Julian Assange, and what's happened to him, because yes, I follow everything. I may not say it, but I follow it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And I like to get to know the nitty-gritty of what is going on. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I do. I take bits and pieces. Do you see what I mean? And then I just give out the information, so that somebody out there, because there'll always be somebody who's interested in this. Do you see what I mean? All it needs is just, for some of you, my beautiful and delicious babies, whoever happens to stumble across me, just to write it down and at least please take a listen to it. Do you see what I mean? Because, this is all about education. It's all about everybody educating themselves. Do you see what I mean? On what's going on. Now, I did another video, didn't I, where I was saying, you know, you're going to be having the mainstream, you're going to be having all of them, where, you know, this is going to get rather serious here, you know, see, because you see, they're not even going to be able to walk down the road, and that is not just in the UK, that is in other countries as well. Do you understand what I mean? So in this 2.5 years, getting back to what I was saying, what we're talking about is that what really all of this comes down to is the lies. It's all about the lies and everybody lying. Do you understand what I mean? Which is put, you know, a lot of man, woman and little bairns and babies, children, and put them in awful danger. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, and see, and this is what has been happening, you say. But in this 2.5 years, more and more have woken up to this. So if we have to take a positive from a negative situation, is that more and more have woken up. And even with that putrid flipping twat Boris Johnson, you know, and his flipping pathetic speech that he gave out, do you understand what I mean? Because it is pathetic, isn't it? There's nothing else you can really call it, really. And he seems to feel that he's very entitled with everything. You see, the trouble is they live in a different world to you and I. Do you see what I'm saying? They live in cloud flipping cuckoo land on planet flipping nanu, as I call it. Do you understand what I mean? They're certainly not living like yourselves and I. Do you see what I mean? So, and not only that, but they've all been bought anyway. So, they've all been bought anyway, which we already know. Do you see what I mean? Well, money can do a lot of things. Yes, you can go and buy luxuries. Yes, you can buy perfume. You can kit your house out or your flats. You can do whatever you want. You can buy, you know, posh motors. Do you understand what I mean? You could be suited and booted. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But you know what it really comes down to in this world? What everything comes down to, and this is where we've got to get back to, is everybody loving one another. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some who I do not like. And whether I'm a reader or not, I'm just going to say it straight. You know, dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, our dear Creator, loves the truth. No, I do not like everybody. I like the majority. But there's certain who I do not like because they're rather ugly. And I'm not talking about the boat race here. I'm talking about what's within. They're ugly. Do you see what I mean? And they've helped to create very nasty things on this planet, on our earth. Do you understand what I mean? And so, and for that, really, well, call me speaking out of turn, but they should be eradicated. Because what they've done, and not only in the UK, but in other countries, they've put us in what we would call, as a figure of speech, they've put us in the flipping den of inequity, is what they've done. Do you see what I mean? And I'm going to keep going on about it. And I say my prayers every day. I say my prayers that justice will be served here for the ones who have done wrong to us. And I pray every day. Do you see what I mean? That this happens, that this takes place. And I truly believe in my heart, because things are coming on top now, aren't they? Do you see what I mean? And of course they find that they're over their heads, just like the Sri Lankan president. Do you see what I'm saying? And then of course you got the other side of things where you got, which I like him, that Brazilian president. I like that Brazilian president. I cannot remember his name now, but I like him, I do. Do you know what I mean? And they've put him through shite, you know. Yes, they have. Do you see what I mean? But he's one of the very few who does care about his country. Do you see what I mean? But what we're stuck with, well, we all know what we've been flipping stuck with, don't we? You know, you've got a load of them, you know, where do they go? They go to these places, universities and everything, everywhere like that. So they go to all these places, right? So they learn everything and flipping nothing. Do you understand what I mean? And then they come out and they have the audacity to flipping dictate and tell us. It's disgusting. Do you see what I mean? So, of course, our putrid twat Boris Johnson, well, he was getting booed, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? But he seems to have such a thick skin that, like I said before, and I'm saying it again, it's like an old-fashioned Jamaican saying, it's decades and decades old. He's got no skin on his face. So he genuinely just does not give a damn about what's happened to our country. And now they're talking about getting another, and that's another thing I want to say that I never said the other day. It's like a caretaker. Well, like if you get, you know, I don't know, say blocks of flats and things like that. I mean, God bless them having to live, you know, in these blocks of flats, you know, the little bairns and the little animals, right, you know, and they've got nowhere to go, God bless them. Do you know what I mean? Well, at the bottom of there, what do they call that, a caretaker? Or what was it some years ago? We're going back some decades now. Concierge or something, right? So a caretaker can be there for years and years and years and years. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So, I mean, look at how the others come out the flipping woodwork, like Tony Blair, like, who's the other one? I don't think it's so much John Major. What's that other one called? I know the one I'm talking about. He's got like wavy dark hair. Anyway, him. Well, you know, they crawl out the woodwork, don't they? Do you see what I mean? And it's the same as like in America. So you got someone else working someone else, and that's how it rocks and rolls. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But really, when you look at it, I've said it before and I say it again, they're nothing but flipping scum. They may be suited and booted, I said before and I say it again, and they walk around like they're done. And yes, I am going to keep going on about it, and yes, I am going to keep going on about politics, because this is not real politics. No, it isn't. Do you know what I mean? No, none of them care about, there's very few, who do care about their countries. Do you see what I mean? And the ones who do, well, they have everything. I don't mean this in literal terms. You know, they have everything flipping fired at them, don't they? Do you see what I mean? Just because they care, just because they care about, you know, their citizens. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's craziness. And then when you look at poor Julian Assange, you know, and he's been locked up for all this time. Well, I mean, if you look at the UK, I mean, take a look at the UK. I mean, you had Tommy Robinson. Now, whether people like him or whether they do not like him, this is really irrelevant. What I'm saying is at the end of the day, they kept locking him up. And like even now, he can, you know, if he goes somewhere, you know, you got the old bill, we call him the old bill here in the UK, right, the police, right? Then they'll stop him. And then you got like 7 or 8. Well, what's all that about? Why aren't they going and helping others in the UK? Do you understand what I mean? So it takes 7 or 8 to the old bill. Do you understand what I mean? You know, to stop him, just a silliness. You know, just to make his life as difficult as possible. Do you see what I'm saying to you? What's been going on for decades and decades and decades, and this is plain simple things, is bullying. It's all bullying. That's what it is. And of course, that's what I have to say about it. Do you see what I mean? But I do believe, I know that we're going through very, very, very turbulent and difficult times at the moment. There's many countries who are all going through the same thing, and God bless everybody. Well, apart from the small circle. Do you understand what I mean? But the fact of the matter is this, you see, everybody's too busy, you know, in all these blooming parliaments and everything, you know, flipping, taking backhanders and all this, do you know what I mean? So that they can live a life of full and plenty. And then you've got others in the UK and in other countries, you know, going to food banks. I mean, since when? I mean, these food banks were coming out years ago, but since when does everyone have to go to a food bank? Do you see what I mean? It's flipping crazy. This should not be happening. And what it is, it's all about one, which we all know. It's all about one lot, right, small circle, like I say, who they just, it's like they get off on power. Power, power, power. Do you see what I mean? And they want to make everybody else's life a flipping living hell. Do you see what I'm saying? So when everybody's miserable, when everybody's sad, when everybody's got nothing in the skyrocket, that's how they want them. Do you see what I mean? They're wicked and they're cruel. But I do believe, see, But I do believe that there is another that's coming. And like I said, we're going through terrible, terrible, terrible times at the moment. But I still believe, okay, it's a case where it's like, you know, you imagine a seatbelt, it's like you've got to buckle up. Do you see what I mean? Because what's happening right now is, you see, you've got the start and you've got the stop, and then it's woof, 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 woof. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's what they're doing. Now then, when I did a video, well, it was only a day or a couple of days ago, right? And I did a video, and I was talking about where lost my flipping train of thought now. Hold on a moment. Hang on, it'll come back to me. See, I forget what I'm blooming saying now. Oh yes, that was it. Sorry everybody, I forget what I was going to say. It's all right, there's a gentleman, and I'm not sure whether he's to do with the gas or electric, and I just lost my trail of thought, you know, because I didn't know if he was coming this way. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, so do forgive me everybody, you know what I'm like by now, right? And it's like I was saying the other day, wasn't I? You know, it's like, if what is true that's going to happen on the 15th of this month of July, right, 2022, and England, the UK is going to be locked down, right, then, well, what's that going to do? It's going to send everybody into flipping chaos, isn't it? So I've been trying to tell, I sent it out to everybody, you know, plus I did a video. Do you understand what I mean? Now, we do not know yet whether that's going to happen, or whether it is, you know, there's a strong possibility it will, isn't there? Do you see what I'm saying to you? So what I'm saying is, well, what's that going to do? And what about ones who are going flying? You know, and even my beautiful and wonderful and delicious neighbours opposite me, you know, they're meant to be going to Poland, to their families. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's going to throw everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? This is what I'm saying, see? And all I've been trying to do for months and months, anyway, for years, you know, because I'm always like this. Do you understand what I mean? You know, I am just like a beautiful little animal with a bone. I just do not let go. Do you understand what I mean? And I just go on and on and on and on until the message gets across. And I'm not talking about all yourselves, my delicious little, but I'm just saying this is what I do. Do you see what I mean? All I try to do is help a situation. That's all I try to do. Do you know what I mean? But what we have got, and I've been saying it from the beginning, we have got the good, and then we got the bad. You see? So, so what we're doing is and this is not like on a physical sense. I mean, I'm not referring, you know, God bless everyone, you know, who's in the war at the moment in Ukraine, and Russia. I'm talking about that this is on our lives. Do you understand what I mean? This is what all of this is to do with. Do you see? Because they want full control. Do you see what I mean? It's absolutely bonkers. But this is how these operate. You know, like I said, they do not live in the same world as us. Not at all. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And of course, you know, causing everything everywhere they can. Do you see? I mean, it's, you know, it's sending, you know, there's lots and lots, you know, man and woman, God bless them, and all of the things taking place in the world. It's sending people crackers. Do you see what I mean with what's going on? Because they simply, God love them, they simply cannot cope with it all. Do you see what I mean? They're not knowing if they're in the park of the pictures. And yes, I do get passionate sometimes. I'm really sorry, everybody. I'm sorry about this, but I'm not sorry for trying to get information out and trying to help. I'm not sorry about that. And I will continue to do it for as long as there is a breath in my body, I will. Because, you know, what has been taking place is totally, totally wrong. Do you see what I mean? You know, you've got loads of depression out there. You've got everything going on. You know, it's absolutely flipping crazy. And of course, it is going to get, and it's going to get crazier. Before I even said it, it's going to get crazier. So like I said, imagine a car, seatbelt, buckle up. Do you know what I mean? Because this is going to be very flipping turbulent. Do you know what I mean? Yes, it is. You see? Because they want to just grab that control. They grab. Do you see what I mean? But like I said before, and I'll say it again, where they have really messed up here big time, yes, they have. Is it because we've got the internet, so everybody's communicating with everybody? Do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, others are getting bits of information and everything like that, you know, and you get everybody who comes together, they've all play a part, you know, because like I said, we're on the stage, and like everybody plays a part and they all give their little threepence. Do you understand what I mean? As we would say, figure of speech. And then, you know, we get together. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because like I said before, and I'll say it again, there's far more of us than there ever are of them. Do you see what I mean? So they can have the lackeys in all the governments, they can have all these, because that's what they are, the flipping lackeys, doing the dirty work. But what they failed to realise, and I said on one of my videos months ago, but what these lackeys failed to realise is that they're going to become useless as well to them. So, see what I mean? So they're all walking around, and what they failed to realise is that their own families, which is their own generations, you know, with the little bairns, then they grow up and then they have their bairns, and it goes like that, you know, for the ones who are blessed to have their bairns, by the way, right? Because, you know, everybody's situation is different, God love them. But what I'm saying is that it's affecting their families as well. I mean, it's like up in the sky, vroom, 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 vroom. Do you understand what I mean? Vroom, vroom, like that, right? What it is, it's like them who are flipping in the air. You know, well, I hope they're getting paid a flipping good enough wage to do that, because it's affecting their family as well. You know, you got everyone down here with flipping hay fever, with everything else. Well, it's got nothing to do with the trees. It's got nothing to do with the grass, with the flowers, with the birdies, with anything. What it's got to do with is the chemicals that they're flipping dropping on flipping us. And they are dropping them on their own flipping families. Do you see what I mean? But this is what we're up against. And like I said before, and I say it again, it's a mafia. What we're dealing with is a flipping mafia. And a very nasty one at that, with what they've inflicted on us all. So no, I'm not going to shut my mouth. No, I'm not. Because I believe that what I'm saying, see, is the flipping truth. And I'll carry on speaking the truth. But we've got a lot more to go yet. This is not over yet. And of course, as we've seen, they move the goalpost, don't they? So what they do is, right, one day it's this, next day it's that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's to throw everybody. That's what they're doing. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, like I say, we've got to now watch the flex, watch what's going on here. But I have informed others, you know, just in case, for the 15th of this month, July 15th, 2022, I have informed them. I says, you know, if you've got, you know, to go and get like what they call these petrol plastic cans and things like that, to go and fill up and do things like that, just in case. Do you see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they could very well just go, boom, that's it, it's all locked down. Do you see what I'm saying? And we all know what excuse they're going to use. Do you see what I mean? Oh, you know, it's because of COVID. Do you understand what I mean? So COVID seems to get flipping everywhere, doesn't it? It knows what flipping o'clock to come out. It knows what o'clock to flipping go in. Do you see what I mean? That's what I've got to say anyway. And I'll continue to say it anyway. Now, of course, my videos, which I am, you know, have been doing, okay, they are being transferred to Rumble as well, okay? So I am doing that. So I'm still keeping them there. You know, sometimes with me, I just like to keep others on their toes. Get me? See what I mean? So they may be flipping spiders or whatever they can do. Do you understand what I mean? Well, I can get here, there and everywhere as well. Do you understand what I mean? So at the end of the day, we just keep working together as one. You see, there we go. We keep working together and we are going to get through this, because I have a positive mental attitude here. Do you understand what I mean? Now, so yes, so getting back to what I'm saying, this video's gone on a bit long anyway. I shan't be doing any more today. And the sun right now, well, it is trying to crack out now, so it doesn't look like it's going to rain. And, you know, I've got other things to do as well, okay? So I apologise in my videos, my delicious babies, for you all out there, okay? It is a mixture mixture of readings and flipping me doing discussions with politics, right? But I'm very passionate about things, okay? And I'm going to continue to keep giving out information. Do you understand what I mean? Because everybody needs information. So, it's froze. Froze again. See what I mean? Look, it's froze. Stuck on. Yeah. So it's froze again, everybody. I'm awfully sorry, but I'm not restarting the video, okay? So here we go again. This is what happened, you see. So I'm not going to worry about it, yeah. See how it went darker then, so just flipping freezes. Right, anyway, so that's the video, my delicious little babies. Now, until I do my reading, so I'm going to be doing them now in the next couple of days, I should imagine, okay? Now, I'm trying my best just to do shorter readings, if you know what I mean, so that they're not super duper long. Do you understand what I mean? Because as they're open readings, as they're quick readings, it means that anybody can just look at it at any time, okay? Because, in fact, my beautiful and delicious neighbour, you know, Mark, and his beautiful and delicious little wife and family, okay? He actually said to me, I did him, he'll tell you this, I did him a reading, you know, a few months back, and because he'd never had a reading done before, God love him, right? And he actually said to me just the other day, he said, do you remember when you said me, you know, when he come to tell me that they were moving? God love him. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy. But he actually said to me, he said, do you remember, he said in the reading, he says, when you said that we'd be moving? I said, no, I said, I cannot remember, you know, Mark. Because that's the thing with me. It's like, dear spirit, not in a nasty way, but whatever information, then it just gets thrown out. Do you see what I mean? Because that's what happens with me. You see, not that in a nasty way, but it's like once I've given a message, that's it. It's done. It's gone. Do you see what I mean? Then I forget. It's very rare I'll ever remember anything. Very rare. Do you see what I mean? It's just I'm just not meant to. Do you see? Because if I was meant to store everything, it's the same with any other reader. They'll all tell you the same thing. Yes, you know, for the ones who are very in tune with themselves, that, you know, if we was to store everything, well, we're taking on all of that energy, aren't we? Do you see what I mean? So we have to release, do you see? And that's what we do, you see? So any readers, that's what happens, you see? But yes, when he said that to me, I said, oh, well, yes. But that's what happens. I can have, you know, over the years, you know, stop me down the street, you know, stop me down the road and say, oh, Mia, you know, I'm glad I bumped into you, this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But I've forgotten all about it. It's just gone. Do you see what I mean? So there's a reason why I've said this today to everybody, okay? So, but like I said, there's going to be some of you who know all about this, there is, but there's going to be others of you, my delicious little babies, who do not. But please, if you could please just try and follow, okay, because it is very interesting. And Julian Assange, bless him, you know, and I've seen him years ago anyway, he's a lovely gentleman, do you know what I mean? So please, can everybody just go out? It's gone awfully dark. Can everybody just please go out and please just you know, just say their prayers. Do you understand what I mean? Because like I say, you know, this is just getting nasty now, isn't it? And it has been. Do you understand what I mean? And it's just greed and it's just power. And that's what it is, okay? But like I said before, and I say it again, not going to succeed. You see? Made too many mistakes. Like I said before, and I'm saying again. Anyway, on that note, my delicious babies, sorry for rambling on the way I have. See, it's going brighter now, okay? So I'm awfully sorry that I've rambled on, but I hope that wherever you are in the world, my delicious babies, okay, my little beautifuls, that you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, and that the weather is super duper delicious and warm and beautiful for you all. And thank you for listening. Much love. God bless. Take care. Until the reads and next discussion, bye-bye.